right, we got Coach Jensen in next.
He went through the gauntlet, and last night, facing a Cardinal team that we knew was struggling, but we come out with a 67-0 win, and like Coach Hahn said, he kind of took the glory away from Bruce and I here. We thought we kind of had a nice 66-0 win over Pella Christian, and Coach goes and ups us and puts 67 on Cardinals. So, Coach, welcome here this morning, and I will say, I asked you last week about a recap of the game, and I get it, because I had someone ask me the same thing, and it is hard to remember with everything going on in your head. But you know what? Give us a recap of the game.
All right. Well, we knew coming into the week that, we just needed to take care of ourselves and not worry about the opponent. And I think we did that. We jumped on them right out the gate, got a defensive stop, and then first play from scrimmage, 60-yard touchdown pass from Stout to Kindred. And, so we started off is probably as good as you can start off, a 3-and-out and then a one-play touchdown. And that kind of got things going. And they struggled a little bit offensively, and we caused some turnovers. I think the next couple possessions, I think we had a fumble recovery, back-to-back. So we had a short field, scored. We were up 21-0 in I think 3 possessions. And it was one of those things we talked. We just what we want to see is execution and physicality, and I think that's what we saw last night from our guys. And we had probably 8 or 9 ball carriers, but Cole Clarahan finished with 148, I think, and a couple touchdowns. Cole Kindred had 75 and 3 touchdowns, plus 1 receiving touchdown, so he had a heck of a night. Sawyer Stout had 50 yards and a touchdown, and then Ike Molnick's got, he was about 70 yards and a touchdown, and we even got to our last running back, which was Carson O'Rourke, and he had a couple carries and got in the end zone as well. So, it was one of those things where the first half we kept our guys in. We needed reps. We needed to make sure we know what we were doing and executing. And then, the second half was, the second team and then the third team. So, it was good to see those guys get out and compete, get some experience. A lot of those guys haven't got on the field a whole lot, and a lot of them are juniors. We just haven't been in any ball games where we've been able to really go down the depth chart. And last night was exciting, and you hate to look at the scoreboard and see it as high as it is, but how do you tell those guys that haven't been able to get out on that field, hey, take it easy, go get your experience, go get it done. And ultimately it's up to the other team to stop you. And the fact that we only run the ball, maybe we just go to straight all passing at that point in time. But you don't want to do that either, because that looks bad as well. So, we got through the game healthy, which was great. Offensively, felt like we did really good things. We had over 500 yards total offense, and defensively, getting another shutout was huge. I'm not sure. I want to say they maybe had 1 first down on our starters because of a penalty by us, and then I'm not so sure they didn't have only 1 other first down, against our third group. So
I remember Coach Hahn even saying that on the sideline was, I think this is their first down without a penalty. So.
Yeah. So defensively, we held them in check, and they lost. They lost a couple of their better offensive players due to injury and whatnot. So, they have a big tight end at quarterback, and obviously they're limited with what they can do there. But I thought all around we played well defensively, offensively. Our special teams took a little bit of a step forward. We covered a little better. Our inconsistency on kicking is still kind of showing. But I thought Chase went out, and I think nailed his first 5, then missed one, made one, missed one, and whatnot. So, a little more consistent there, but we've got to find that consistency to be able to play all 3 facets of the game to be successful.
Right. I know last night, I guess the one spot that I remember, we scored, and then we kicked the extra point, and they got a personal foul penalty and moved you up to the 50-yard to kick off. And me and Coach Sellers were onside kick monsters, and I was like, onside kick it right here. This is where you do it. Just practice it once. And I noticed that you were being a nice coach, and you're like, nah, we'll just kick it deep. And And that's what was your mindset in that? Did you think about it?
No, I mean, at that point it was pretty well out of reach, and I don't want to. I've been on the other end of getting absolutely annihilated, and I just I got a lot of respect for what all the coaches do, and Coach Mason down there, I got respect for him, and you hate to do that, not just to the kids that we're playing against, but the other coaching staff. I mean, they put in hours, they put in time, they put in effort, and sometimes you just don't have the dudes, and
right.
it's probably bad enough that we put 67 on the board, but we just tried to play it out.
You can't stop playing, though.
Right. No, I mean, you can't ask those guys that are finally getting their opportunity to get in and play to kind of, hey, take it easy on them, fall down, so don't score, just play football. And I talked to Coach Mason, and he understands. He knew we were trying. We were subbing in and out and trying, and so. We're just the game was what it was. I think we got what we needed out of it. Our first group went in, dominated. We got our seconds in. They did a really good job. I think they scored 3 touchdowns that second group, and then that third group scored a touchdown as well. So, it wasn't that we just blew it all out with the first group, and then the seconds and thirds didn't do anything. They continued to move the ball. They played good defense. Special teams were looking all right, and just get that experience in one of those games is huge.
Right. I know at the beginning of the game there, Coach, I went and got a super nachos, and by the time I got 8, it was 35-0. So, I mean, it was just quick work from the varsity there, I thought.
Yeah, like I said earlier, first play from scrimmage score. I think their next possession fumble, we got it on the 30 score. I'm not so sure the next possession wasn't a fumble on the 40. We got it and score. So it's 21-0 with probably 3 minutes gone on the clock. And so you do what you can. You just go play, and ultimately it's the other team's job to try to stop you. And last night they just couldn't do it.
Right. And then a 67-0 win. Injuries. You always hope you come out of a game like that injury free. I mean, I felt like we probably did. I mean, if you want to just tack on that and see where we're at, like on the injury bug, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're finally getting healthy this week in practice. We kind of backed it off a little bit, didn't want to bang around and re-ding anybody or get anybody else banged up, and obviously Isaac Bruns was still out, Caden Clarahan was still out, but we've kind of got other than Reed and Dylan. Yep. Dylan just had his ACL done Thursday. Reed's back and in progress, to try to come back, not for football, but rehab process. So those two are obviously out, but all the other injuries we've had along the way, we're finally coming back. I think we might be able to see Caden a little bit this week, might be able to see Bruns a little bit this week. So, kind of getting back those guys that have an opportunity to come back.
All right, Coach. Yeah, it was a good win last night. So who do you got next week, and kind of give us what your thoughts on them are and what's coming up there?
Well, Pleasantville, we go to Pleasantville. I was able to watch a little bit of their film earlier this week, and they are a much improved football team. I mean, we saw it last year. They've got speed, they've got athletes, and they played us a tough ball game last year. This year they're on a whole nother level than they were. So I think we're gonna have to strap it up and be ready to go. I think their speed is crucial. I mean, the Cook kid is blazing fast from the tailback spot, and they've got a receiver that we saw last year firsthand that was probably faster than anybody we had on our team. So, with their line coupled with those type of skill guys, we're going to have to play a perfect ball game to go out and get the win, but that's what we expect to deal with every week.